Hi, I'm Jojo Mehta, co-founder of the Stop Ecocide international campaign, and I've just spent the most incredible week here in Sweden. Right now I'm outside the Swedish Parliament, where I've been speaking with the young activists of Fridays for Future, and that material will be available soon on video. But just as a quick description of the incredible week we've had, we've spent the time with elders from the original peoples from around the world, and with Swedish politicians and also with officials of the church. And we've had incredible meetings that have enabled us to come together around the past, present and future of the global crisis that is going on right now. So the roots of it in colonial domination, in the papal documents of the 15th century that have led to the Western dominant paradigm in which we're currently existing, to the contribution of the youth activists explaining what it is to live in this time of crisis and how that feels to be looking at a very different future. And of course, from our own perspective of the campaign to make ecocide a crime, is updating these different elements and all these different people about how this is progressing and how the momentum around making ecocide a crime at the international level is really starting to grow now, and how a number of different governments around the world are showing interest in this. And just recently here in Sweden, there have been 2 motions submitted to the Swedish Parliament to address ecocide crime. And that's hard on the heels of the Belgian government making a statement for their next 4 years that they're going to investigate how to take action diplomatically to halt ecocide. And then before that, the President of France supporting it at the international level. And going back to last year, when the small island climate vulnerable states of Vanuatu and the Maldives called for it on the international stage. And indeed, Pope Francis himself, who called for ecocide to be added to the list of international crimes. So this is something that is growing in terms of momentum, in terms of visibility, and it's actually these young strikers here in Stockholm and all over the world, and rebels around the world who've taken to the streets over the last year and a half, who've made the most concrete difference to the conversations that we are now having to take this crime forward, because they've enabled the window of conversation to become wide enough to hear this solution, which is so radical and yet so simple and so obvious.